first step that you should take is you should have a couple of folders on your desktop that you can find easily, and the easiest way to do those is you can left click, go to new, sorry, that's right click, not left click, right click, go to new, up to there, don't press any buttons, slide it across to the other menu, go up to folder, and then left click that folder. So there it is there, and while it's blue like that, that gives you the option to type whatever you want. So my suggestion is call one Trusty Sheds. I'm going to call this Trusty Sheds 2 because if I try and save Trusty Sheds, it's going to stop me because I already have Trusty Sheds. And then I would save that to put all your Trusty Sheds stuff in. And then I'd have another folder which could be quote requests or whatever it is that you need. But all you do is you right click, go to new, slide it across to folder, left click the folder, and then give us a new name. So we can do that, quote requests, and again I'm going to write number 2 because I already have that. And then everything you write and everything that you do, you can save into either one of those folders, like your quote request original form. Just save it into the Trusty Sheds folder so you know where to do it. The colours your way form, save it into the Trusty Sheds folder. So anytime you need it, all you need to do is you click on the Trusty Sheds folder and there it is. And from the Trusty Sheds folder, this is my one up here, but from that there you can grab whatever you need and you can just drag it straight onto the desktop. And there it is. See that? Move to desktop. And if you don't want to get, but the only thing you need to be aware of is it will take it out of this folder and put it on your desktop. So another option is just right click and then go down and press copy. So there's the copy button, just left click the copy button and then right click onto your desktop and just press paste, and there it is there. And that's left it actually in the folder as well. So here's our demonstration of how to use the Paint program with a quote request form. So you've got your email with the attachment on it. What you need to do is to put the mouse over the attachment, hold down the left button on your mouse and just drag it onto your desktop. When you've done that, find another place, another file. So I have a file over here that I've created and I've just called it Trusty Shed. So all of our important stuff can just go straight into that one file. So put another copy from the email into there. Same way, just left button held down on the mouse and just drag it across into it and it'll go in there. So we'll just get rid of that. Then we've got our quote request form over here. So just put the mouse over it, right click it, and this menu will open up and we just go up without pushing any buttons onto open with, slide it across and go down to paint and just left click it and it'll open like this. And then we start. So we've got this big letter A here. This big letter A is for text. So if we click that, the first thing, and then come down to where we want to write, so we can click it there and a box will turn up. Now you can have a look. Basically if you click that, just pick a font that's easy for us to read. So you go through. I'm quite happy with the Comic Sans one, or any of these, the Arial one or whatever, just as long as it's easy for us to read. So in this case we'll choose the Arial one because it's nice and easy, and then probably if you go to 12 on the size and you can start to write. So Agent Joe Blow. So if it's not in exactly the right position, just move your mouse, and as you just move your mouse without pressing any buttons, you'll see that come up. When that little cross comes up, if you hold the left button down and just hold it down on the mouse, and you can just move it to wherever it's going to be to line it up. So it's all good. Move your mouse away and just press it and it's there. Now if you've made a mistake and you want to get rid of that, you can go up here and there's this arrow. This is the undo arrow, and that will just get rid of the last thing you've done. So you can do that and it's gone. Beside it is another arrow, that's redo, and if you go, oh, I shouldn't have got rid of that, you can press that and there it is back again. So we just continue on all the way down like that. So this is the name of the person, so we just click on the text box up there, we come down here, we click beside where we want to write, and we go their full name, Tom the porn star, and we just move that to wherever it needs to be, just like that, off to the side, and just give it a left click. Address for the shed, same deal. And make sure that when you do this, you give the whole address, so that's the number, the street name and the town. Same down here, postcode, phone number. It's very easy, just work your way down and just keep pressing, just left click to make the box appear. Write in whatever you want to write in, then off to the side or even down to the next one and just left click it, and it's just a left click after a left click. Any mistakes, come back up, push that. Oh, we need to get rid of that first, so we'll get rid of that. Any mistakes, we can just go up there and it'll do the last thing we've done. So just work all your way down here. So when you get down to colour bond or zinc alume, if it's colour bond, write colour bond. With the walls, corrugated or trim deck. Occasionally we have someone who wants corrugated roof, trim deck walls. So in that case you'd write beside the walls, you'd write trim deck. Beside the roof you'd write corrugated, or corrugated, trim deck, whatever. Any other information, again, with a text box, just write it and start to write. So what'll happen is, while this is like this, it'll go like that, and the size of your box, it'll just continue to go down when it gets to the end. If you want more room, you can just go there like that, move it without pushing any buttons, and when that opens up there like that, hold the left button down, slide it across to the size that you want, and then it'll fill that size. So any other information, there it is. So then we get down to the region. The majority of us are in region C or B. So all you need to do is just do the text box over the top of it, give it a click, just give us an X over the top. That solves the problem. If you need to move it, don't leave us confused, just give it a little move. All you do is you just wait till that little cross turns up, hold the left button down, keep it held down, and just move it wherever you want to move it. It'll move and you just put it exactly where it needs to be. Same with category 2.5 or 3. Most of what we build is going to be 2.5 or 3. If you happen to be on, mate, if you happen to be in Central Australia and there's nothing anywhere, put a note in here up and any other information. Shielding, full, partial or none. Full shielding is only going to ever happen in 3, terrain category 3, and that's going to be in the centre of full-on suburbia. If there's any angle that wind's going to get to our structure, at best it's going to be partial, and if there's only 1 or 2 buildings around it, it's none. It's not partial, it's none. Okay, style of building, here it is here. Now what we can do, we can change our colours up here. So this one here is highlighted, so this is the colour that's being used at the moment. We can go over here, click red, and it's red. If we want to change the secondary colour, we can click on that, and there it is there, red or brown or whatever. Most of the time, everything that you're doing here is going to be these colours. So what we have is, I've just changed it to red just so that you can see. So if we go, for example, up to let's say we're terrain category C, we're going to click that, we're going to come up here, terrain category C, we're going to put an X on him. If you want to make it bold, so we'll just get rid of that there with the undo button. We can make it bold, and it just makes it that much easier to see. If we'll undo that again, we can make it a bit bigger, we can go up to 16 and make it bold, and then we'll just move it straight on so that there's no confusion whatsoever. So the same with the 2.5 or 3, same with partial, full or none. Okay, the same with what style of building we've got. We can just do this. We can put it right beside, and that's more than enough for me because I can see that. Another option, if we go to home, we have all these wonderful little shapes here. So we can actually draw a rectangle. We can click on the rectangle, and just by holding down the left button, we can pick a corner. So we're going to hold down the left mouse, and we're just going to move it to wherever it's got to be. And there it is there. Look at that. And so we can do that. So, for example, we'll just get rid of that. We can go to gable shed here, and we can just hold the left button down and we can go around it. There is no confusion. I can see exactly what that is now. So that's there. And then the same up here for roller doors and stuff like that. Now you can see that there's got a fairly thick line. If we come up here, we have size, and this gives us an option of our line. So this fine line here probably is a little bit fine to take any notice of. Let's get rid of that. So I would probably suggest don't go to the finest one, but this one here is fine. So with our roller doors, let's say for example we've got 2 roller doors at the front. How easy is that? So there they are. It doesn't matter if they're not perfectly sized as long as we can see what we're trying to do. And then just to make sure that there's no confusion, click on the text, and we can just click above it, and we go RD, and we click over here, get rid of that, RD. I don't care if they're in capitals or not, it doesn't matter, but it's nice and easy. So please draw the ridge line so that I can see which way it has to go. So let's go, we'll go up to home to get that box to come back. So you just got to remember the home button here to get the boxes to come back. So we can have that there, come up to the centre, hold the left button down, and just draw it through. So you can go where you want. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Just move it, holding the left button down, just go to the end and let it go. That's great. Now if by some chance you need to rub a bit of it out, like I can see that that's a ridge line, but I would much prefer if you just clicked on the rubber. Oh, hang on, let's not do that. We'll just get rid of that because that's a bit of a mistake. So we're going to go to the secondary colour, and we're going to click white, and then just hold the left button down and go through. Hold the left button down, go through, let go, hold the left button down, or just hold it down, look at that. So that shows me ridge line pretty good, because if you put a line through like this, we go there like that, we'll put a line through there like that, and then we're going to write beside it, we're going to go back to our text, and we're going to write there, and we're going to write DW. I'm fairly sure that's a dividing wall. So the ridge line, if you put a dotted line through for me, I'm as good as gold. Okay. And then any open sides, so this is an open bay here for example, just climb up here onto our rubber again, hold the left button down, zigzag through, and then write open bay. OB, open bay. So how easy is that? That explains to me exactly what I'm after. And we just work our way down through like that. So same for the windows, go and click on the little rectangle, right beside it, window opening. Okay, if the text is a little bit big, just go up here to the size and you can make it smaller. So we'll put another window here. So we go back to the home button, we go to our little rectangle, do that, go to our text button, window opening. So we know what we've got. So that explains to me everything that I need to know. Give me all the information. The street number, the street, the town, the postcode. Give me their phone number so I can call them if there's a problem. Give me their email. And then fill in the rest of it here. Length along the gutters, the width, awnings yes or no, etc, etc. And then it's the same with here. If we go back to the home button, we go to our text and we can write 6.0, we can write 12.0. There is no information that you can't write using the paint program. It's fantastic. Now when you're done, to save this and send it off, what you need to do is you go to the file and just left click it and then go down to save as. If you just save it, what will happen is that the one that you've saved to your desktop will become this. It will have all this information. So what you need to do is you need to go down to save as, go across to JPEG, click that, and then here where it's going to have the same name, Quote Request 2016, you just write Joe Blow, B-L-O-W. Have a look where you're saving it. So to this, in this case, we're going to save it to Trusty Sheds because I've got a lot of stuff on my desktop that needs to be cleaned up. So we're going to save it to Trusty Sheds. So save it there. Then what's going to happen is we're going to our email program. We're going to do that. We're going to send an email to me, Marco, or support in this case. Support at Trusty Sheds. And then we're going, I'm just going to close this now to get it out of the way. We're going to Trusty Sheds. And we're going to go to, what do we call it? Joe Blow. Joe Blow. And we're just going to go find it there like that. We're going to hold the left button down and we're going to drag it across. And there he is there. So you're going to send that to me. I'm going to open it up. And there it is there. All the information that I need. And really easy to read. So I look forward to getting them from you and go and sell some sheds. Thanks a lot.